You're watching Daily News Podcast on Mangalore Today, your guide through the complexities of today's news landscape. From local achievements to challenges we face, we're here to bring you the full picture.
In a recent drug bust at the downtown lodge in Dasharatha Nagar, Manipal police have arrested 3 individuals identified as Mohammed Azharuddin from Kaup, Rajesh Prakash Jadhav from Pune, Maharashtra, and Nazil from Malpi. The raid resulted in the seizure of narco substances worth 50,500 rands, including MDMA and marijuana. The operation was carried out after a tip-off about drug consumption in room No. 116. Seized items include narcotics, syringes, plastic pouches, and mobile phones. A case has been filed at the Manipal police station as investigations are underway. In a move to promote waste segregation, the Mangaluru City Corporation has intensified its enforcement by imposing fines on establishments like hotels, bars, and restaurants for not segregating waste properly. The MCC Commissioner, Ravichandra Naik, led a team in conducting inspections in Kotara and Urvastor's areas. Those found not segregating waste were fined 5,000 each. The MCC has stated that this enforcement will continue, with fines increasing for repeated violations. Establishments failing to comply may risk having their licenses revoked. Let's hope this initiative leads to a cleaner and more sustainable Mangaluru.
In a fiery incident in Vittla, 2 shops in the Ruskin complex on Palace Road were engulfed in flames. The quick thinking of local residents, with Muralidhar from Friends Vittla team at the helm, helped in bringing water swiftly in a pickup truck to douse the fire. The Pudar Fire Department's firefighters later arrived at the scene and successfully extinguished the flames, averting a major disaster.
In a recent incident in Moodbidri, heavy rain and strong winds wreaked havoc in Mangaluru, leading to several trees and electric wires collapsing. Biravu, a part of Mangaluru, witnessed a tree falling on a car on the national highway, resulting in minor injuries to the occupants. Traffic on the Moodbidri-Bantwal highway was halted for about 2 hours due to this. Additionally, a tree fell on a house in Mangaluru, causing damage to the property of a resident named Razak. In the Dalit colony of Mangaluru, a tree falling on power lines led to an electricity supply disruption, but thankfully, there were no casualties reported.
In Mangaluru, a month has passed since 17-year-old Swathi disappeared from Pakshikere, leaving her family desperate for answers. Swathi, a first-year pre-university student, was working at a local clothing store when she went missing on March 25th. Her family reported that she was last seen getting into an auto rickshaw on that fateful day. Despite extensive efforts by her family and authorities, no significant leads have emerged in the case. Swathi's parents are urging the public to come forward with any information that could help find her. The Mulki police station is actively investigating the case, and anyone with information is requested to reach out to them immediately.
In revolt against the recent surge in the price of cooking gas, the Congress Party is set to stage a protest in Mangaluru on April 26. The protest aims to address the concerns raised by the hike, which comes after the increase in petrol prices earlier. The Dakshina Kannada District Congress Committee President K. Harish Kumar highlighted the impact on households, where the saved amount from the government's guarantees is now being used to cover fuel expenses. Emphasizing the need for relief, Mr. Kumar called for central government action to reduce taxes, urging the state government to follow suit. The protest scheduled for April 26th will see a march from Ambedkar Circle to Clock Tower, with notable Congress leaders like Dinesh Gundu Rao and Roji M. John expected to join in solidarity with the cause. In a proud moment for Mangalore, Justice K.S. Hegde Charitable Hospital, associated with K.S. Hegde Medical Academy, has been honored at the recent Kahokon 2025 conference in New Delhi. The hospital received the prestigious EndoSafe Excellence Award in the Large Healthcare Organization South Zone category for its exceptional endoscopy services. Not stopping there, the hospital also secured the I Comply Excellence certification for its commendable infection control and antibiotic stewardship measures. These accolades highlight the hospital's commitment to clinical excellence, patient safety, and continuous improvement. This recognition reaffirms Justice K.S. Hegde Charitable Hospital's leadership in delivering top-notch healthcare services in southern India. In Mangaluru, a massive rally was organized by hundreds of people in protest against incidents where students were asked to remove their Janivara, sacred thread, before the common entrance test. Under the Akhila Karnataka Brahmana Mahasabha (AKBMS) Dakshina Kannada District Unit, the protesters marched from Sharavu Mahaganapathy Temple to the Mini Vidhana Sudha, addressing the government's anti-Hindu stance. MLAD Vedavyasa Kamath highlighted the need for respecting Indian traditions and criticized the government for its actions. Various community leaders and activists joined the protest, demanding justice for the affected students and an apology from the Siddaramaiah-led government. The rally saw participants holding placards and chanting slogans to support their cause, emphasizing the importance of upholding religious customs and ensuring fairness for all.
In a heart-wrenching incident, Pallavi, a tourist from Shivamogga in Karnataka, narrated the horrific terrorist attack in Pahalgam, Kashmir, where her husband Manjunath lost his life. Pallavi and her son Abhijaya bravely confronted the attackers, pleading to be killed alongside Manjunath. However, the terrorists spared them and instructed them to inform Prime Minister Narendra Modi about the attack. Pallavi shared the chilling details, emphasizing the targeting of Hindu men in the attack. She pleaded for her husband's body to be airlifted so they could return together. The family, who had set out on a trip to Kashmir on April 19th, was scheduled to return on April 24th. Pallavi's ordeal has left Manjunath's family in shock in Shivamogga, with his mother still unaware of his demise. The community is deeply saddened by the loss of Manjunath, a realtor, while Pallavi serves as a bank manager.
In a strong message of unity following the tragic massacre in Pahalgam, the Congress has emphasized the need for solidarity and collaboration with the government to bring the perpetrators to justice. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge has condemned the attack as an assault on the nation's unity. He stressed the importance of collective resolve over partisan politics, calling for a united front against terrorism. The Congress Working Committee will convene to discuss the attack and strategize for justice. Kharge also urged the government to ensure the safety of tourists, especially with the upcoming Amarnath Yatra, emphasizing the need for a comprehensive response to tackle terrorism. On the government's front, senior sources revealed plans to brief the opposition on the attack and potentially convene an all-party meeting to address the situation. The government's commitment to working with all parties to combat terrorism was underscored, highlighting a need for cohesive efforts in the face of such threats.
In the wake of the recent terrorist attack in Pahalgam, Jammu and Kashmir, Union Civil Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu has issued strict instructions to airlines operating in the region. The Ministry of Civil Aviation has directed airlines not to increase airfares to ensure safe travel for tourists. Following the attack, concerns arose as ticket prices surged, exceeding Rs 20,000 for destinations like Delhi and Mumbai. To assist stranded tourists, additional flight operations have been arranged, with extra flights to Delhi and Mumbai. In a show of solidarity, cancellation and rescheduling fees have been waived by airlines. Srinagar Airport has expanded facilities to accommodate the increased passenger traffic, with food and water distribution and additional tents for waiting passengers. The Directorate General of Civil Aviation has urged airlines to increase flight frequency from Srinagar and provide assistance to tourists facing challenges. The focus remains on ensuring safe and seamless travel during this difficult time.
In a tragic incident, another software engineer from Bengaluru, hailing from Andhra Pradesh, has lost his life in a terror attack in Pahalgam. The victim, identified as S. Madhusudan Rao, a resident of Ramamurthy Nagar, had moved to Bengaluru from Kavali town in Nellore. Working for IBM, Rao was attacked while his family was at a nearby camp. The suspects shot him while he was alone. His family, who had gone to collect food, narrowly escaped the harrowing ordeal. Authorities have reached out to Rao's family, who are based in Andhra Pradesh, and the body is expected to be flown to Chennai before reaching his hometown. Our thoughts and prayers are with the bereaved family during this difficult time.
In a tragic turn of events, security agencies have identified 4 terrorists responsible for the devastating attack in Pahalgam, Jammu and Kashmir, which claimed the lives of 26 innocent tourists. The individuals, named Asif Fauji, Suleiman Shah, and Abu Talha, all linked to Lashkar-e-Toiba, were armed with rifles during the attack. The extremist group, the Resistance Front, a proxy of Lashkar-e-Taiba, has claimed responsibility for this cowardly act. The nation is reeling from the loss, with top officials like Union Home Minister Amit Shah and Prime Minister Narendra Modi rushing to evaluate the situation. PM Modi has vowed to bring the perpetrators to justice and assured support for the affected families. Survivors recount a horrific ordeal where victims were targeted based on their religion. As the nation mourns this tragic loss, efforts are underway to provide assistance, ensure the safe return of stranded tourists, and ramp up security in major cities like Delhi and Mumbai.
In a proud moment for Bengaluru, Dr. R. Rangamanju has secured AR-24 in the civil services exam, emerging as the state topper. Son of former IPS officer R. Ramesh, Rangamanju cracked the exam in his 6th attempt, attributing his success to patience and hard work. He completed his schooling from National Public School, Rajajinagar, and MBBS from Bengaluru Medical College and Research Institute. Interestingly, Rangamanju did not take any coaching for prelims and mains, choosing anthropology as his optional subject. This year, over 30 candidates from the state have cleared the exams, with Anupriya Sakya securing AR-120 and Dr. Dayanand securing AR-615. The total number of candidates who cleared the civil services exam across the country stands at 1,009.
In our top story from Mangalore today, a tragedy unfolded in Jammu and Kashmir's Pahalgam, as 26 people lost their lives in a horrific terror attack, including tourists and civilians. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, flying back from Saudi Arabia, chose to avoid Pakistani airspace as a safety measure, indicating the heightened awareness of security threats. The PM's plane took a detour over the Arabian Sea and entered India via Gujarat to Delhi. The attack in Pahalgam, orchestrated by the Resistance Front (TRF), has left the nation in shock, with heart-wrenching scenes of innocent lives lost emerging. Prime Minister Modi's swift response and condemnation of the attack have been echoed by leaders across party lines. The terror strike has brought back grim memories of past civilian killings in the region, prompting a renewed call for stringent action against the perpetrators. The government's resolve to combat terrorism remains resolute, as the nation mourns the lives lost in this cowardly act. Tragedy struck as terrorists unleashed a deadly attack at the serene Baisaran meadow near Pahalgam, claiming the lives of 26 people, including an Indian Navy officer and an intelligence bureau personnel. The picturesque spot, often dubbed Mini Switzerland, turned into a scene of horror as innocent tourists fell prey to the sudden gunfire. The attackers, linked to a banned terror outfit, left a trail of destruction, bringing despair to families and tourists alike. In a swift response, security forces swiftly cordoned off the area, initiating a massive manhunt while evacuating the injured. The Prime Minister cut short his foreign visit, standing in solidarity with the victims, promising justice for those behind the heinous act. As the nation mourns this senseless loss, global leaders extend their support, condemning this cowardly act of violence. This tragic incident underscores the persistent threat of terrorism in the region, reminding us of the brutal history of targeted attacks in Pahalgam and the relentless efforts required to combat this menace. In Mangalore today, an infiltration attempt along the line of control in Jammu and Kashmir's Baramulla district was thwarted by the army, resulting in the death of 2 terrorists. The Chinar Corps reported that the infiltration bid was foiled in Uri Nala, North Kashmir. The troops on the LOC successfully challenged and intercepted the infiltrators, leading to a gun battle where 2 terrorists were neutralized. The operation is still ongoing with heavy exchange of fire. This incident follows a tragic terror attack in South Kashmir's Anantnag district, where 26 people, mostly tourists, lost their lives. Stay tuned to Mangalore Today for more updates on this developing story.
In Mangalore Today news, as heat waves continue to grip northern and central India, the union government has issued guidelines for the safety of outdoor workers, including those in construction sites and brick kilns. Measures include slowing down work pace, rescheduling work hours, and providing adequate drinking water and shaded rest areas. With the India Meteorological Department forecasting heat wave conditions until April 28th in northwest India and central India till April 26, The Ministry of Labor and Employment has urged states to ensure heatwave mitigation measures are implemented for workers. The ministry suggests health checkups, flexible work schedules, and emergency heat illness prevention materials for workers in factories, construction sites, and mines. As temperatures rise, it's crucial to protect the workforce from the adverse effects of extreme heat.
That wraps up today's edition of the Daily News Podcast. We're grateful for your viewership. For additional details on today's stories, head over to mangaloretoday.com. And remember, subscribing to our channel keeps you ahead with the latest news. Stay informed, stay safe.